we are getting back into Standard thanks to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and our best card is an uncommon. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Roxora, and here we do all things Magic the Gathering. Today we're getting back into Standard thanks to the release of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. It's been such a revival to the format. A ton of new decks, tons of new cards to play with, different archetypes and all of that. Same thing for Alchemy and Historic, obviously, but Standard has definitely been struggling, let's say, struggling. So yeah, and one of the big breakout cards was Oni-Cult Anvil, which as we saw was really powerful in draft as well as, Historic with the Cat Oven, those shenanigans, and it's made a place here as well. So really cool to see this card do so much. So yeah, this card is very similar to Hidden Stockpile. If you are familiar with that from Aether Revolt, basically recycling 1/1. So what this card does is when one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, you make a 1/1 construct artifact creature token. And this can only trigger once per turn, but if you're doing this every turn, it's going to give you a lot of value. And it has an activated ability to sack an artifact and deal 1 damage to each opponent. So keep in mind this is once per Oni-Cult Anvil, so if we find multiple, then we can really go off. One trigger from a sacrifice or a removal or whatnot gives us 2 constructs, which then we can continue to activate every turn. So we can even have 2 Oni-Cult Anvils, activate 1 on our turn, activate the other on the opponent's turn, and we've now made 4 constructs from just, making any other artifact. So the rest of the deck is built to kind of fuel this card. And we've kind of got this mid-range style deck that's, based on getting as much value out of these cards as possible. So here at the bottom of our curve, we've got some blood cards. We've got Blood Fountain and Voldaren Epicure, which is really strong in this deck. Just being a 1-drop that you can just play on turn 1, start attacking with it, and it makes this blood token that synergizes with the rest of our cards, obviously with Oni-Cult Anvil, but also with our other 1-drops, Voldaren Surge, which you can deal 2 damage, or you can sacrifice an artifact to deal 4 damage, kind of like a mini Galvanic Blast, but unfortunately it can't go face, but that's okay. And then our other new card here is Experimental Synthesizer, which is this, card advantage, synergy card. Enters or leaves and exiles a top card, and you get to play that card that turn. And you can pay 3, sack it to make a 2/2 with Vigilance, but only as a sorcery. But we're really not going to be doing that. Really, we're going to be using this as kind of a light up the stage with our Oni-Cult Anvil. You can play it, get a card off of it, then do it again later, either by sacking it to Oni-Cult or to Voltaic Surge, or to our Deadly Dispute, which has been a very popular card in the format for quite a while. And this is kind of an obvious one here. Sacrificing any of our artifacts or creatures to draw 2 and make another treasure. The treasure fuels the rest of our artifact cards. So you can kind of see where this goes. We've got some removal here. We've also got this other uncommon, which I've seen in a couple of lists, so I included it here as well, but I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out. So this is Sokenzan Smelter, which is a 2/2 Goblin Artificer. At the beginning of combat, you can pay 1, sack an artifact to make a 3/1 construct artifact token with haste. So it's another artifact. And it helps us trigger our sacrifices, of our artifacts, of the bloods and stuff for our Oni-Cult Anvil and whatnot. And we get some pressure out of it. So this is kind of a way to be aggressive, but also kind of still synergize with the deck. We've got a playset here of Bloodtithe Harvester, which is just amazing in this deck. Again, kind of like a Voldaren Epicure, but better. It is 2 mana, but it's a 3/2. And it even has this kind of removal ability, which can do quite a lot. And then to round out everything here, we've got some just general good cards. You get Meathook Massacre, which is really good in this deck, both to clear boards, but also, again, now our Oni-Cult Anvils, if we are sacking our constructs, are going to be pinging for 2 We've got Shatterskull Smashing and Hagra Mauling as these kind of spell lands. We've got 2 Sorin just for some extra card advantage and just to, be able to land and just generate value. The deck is also very low costed, as you can see here. Sorin is the only other 4-mana card besides Hagra Mauling. And so, a lot of times you're going to be able to uptick this card and get a lot of card advantage out of it just by upticking it and paying a little bit of life to get some cards, or 0 if you have your land. So this card's really good in this deck, especially since it's so low cost. All right, and then we've got just our lands, nothing to stand out. We've got, 7-man lands, Hive and Den, and we've got the utility lands of Takenuma. No thanks. I'll let you have the Numa. Which can rebuy some cards from our graveyard, either our Epicures and Harvesters or Sorin. And we've got Sokenzan. Oh my goodness. And which allows us to make some 1/1s with haste if we really need it. But I don't really see us activating these too much. Again, they're just kind of there to be utility. They're free, and so that's why they're there. But no sideboard. We're going to be sticking to best of 1. I'm not really too keen on what the meta is just yet. So gonna, leave that out. But really excited to get back into standard. And I think this deck's gonna be a ton of fun. So let's see how it does. All right. Yeah, I like this hand. I like this hand quite a bit. Even though we don't have a great turn 1 play, we're kind of just playing this tapped. We can play Voldaren into Hive. Got the Eye Twitch here. Ooh. Does that change my play here? Don't think so. I think we're sticking with this into Hive. So I'm guessing they are going to attack and use Deadly Dispute here. That's like a very common play that this kind of deck would make. So I'm going to play around that. Probably just by playing this, right? Yeah, very clearly Deadly Dispute here. It's kind of obvious. Meathook Massacre. I actually think I'm just going to let that go. And say, you got yourself a free mill. You just got to get rid of my Meathook Massacre in my deck. We have another one in our deck too, so it's like not a big deal. So not sure why they're pausing here. It should just be a very easy Deadly Dispute for them. Really? Really? No Deadly Dispute. That's really interesting. Okay. I will float a black. I'm very confused by this play. Am I gonna... Yeah, that can resolve. Alright, so I'm gonna Deadly Dispute here, probably sacking the blood. Do I even? No, I actually think I want to keep the blood around just in case I need something. So this is nice because now I can am I gonna surge to just kill this? I don't think so. Yeah, Sorin's gonna go down to 2, right? So like that's okay. I think I'm just playing this on black and playing Sorin. So we're gonna make a 2/3 here with voltage surge, not voltaic surge, as protection here. So presumably they're just gonna attack Sorin. We're gonna block, and yeah, cool. Interesting. So they're playing that untapped. I imagine there's some sort of... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we 2-for-1 them. We got some. Do I even care? They clearly want to, you know, activate that. So I'll just say sure. I'm good with this, right? Yeah, I'm good to play this. And I'm probably not going to get great value out of the sacrifice here because I'm going to... Let's auto pay. I think I'm going to sack the blood. And go attacking here. And they'll get to block here, which is fine. But, like, I'm clearly outvaluing them, right? They get environmental sciences, which is pretty inconsequential for me. Yep, they even cast it this turn, which is kind of a limits what else they can play this turn. And so this was kind of what I was hoping for, that they would play some kind of removal spell, and now I can just Deadly Dispute and sack my creature and get the value out of it. I just got free 2 cards, essentially. So yeah, my opponent's going to attack here. Or sorry, not attack here, but that's fine. I think I am playing the Anvil here. And most of our stuff is 2 mana anyways, although I could also just sack this. But I think I'm sacking the Synthesizer here. So we trigger all of the things. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll play that. We'll play the Ridge. And I think we're only going to get... sack this. And we'll decline that one. And go ahead and... We'll just offer this trade here. Like, I'm not really caring about... you know, if they block or block this and kill it. We've gotten a good amount of value out of it. Interesting that these actually don't leave the battlefield. I thought they would leave, but they stay around, which is kind of cool. So I'll get a treasure off of this. Okay. And so they've got a lot of mana here. They could cast something like a Meathook Massacre, but then we've still got our Oni-Cult Anvil. We've got tons of cards. Wolf. Wolf is fine with me. I can just go ahead and Voltage Surge the Wolf. I will not sack an artifact. I think I'll go ahead and do this. Make a blood. Go to combat and we'll pay to sack this. Make a construct. Sack this. Make a construct. And I think I still... now I'm kind of different where I don't want to offer these up. Because this is giving me lots of value, but... so let's see what they do here. If they don't trade, I get to sack one of them to the Oni-Cult Anvil. Because I'm doing that anyways. Or sorry, I'm not doing that anyways, just because I want to get some more value. Do I want to play this? No, I think I just want to play the Den. And yeah, we put on a good pressure here for, you know, little... Oh, this is only during our turn. Never mind. So scratch what I said before, because this is only during our turn. So never mind. Let's talk about the play earlier of, you know, doing this on their turn or their turn. It's only on our turn, so never mind. They'd be casting Blood on the Snow here? That'd be kind of weird. Ooh, they get all the modes. Return the graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. You got it. Alright, Epicure is pretty good. Do I care? I don't think I particularly care. I think I am just down to do this. Make a blood token. Sack the blood token to the anvil. Honestly, I guess I could do this. I guess this also puts really a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. I think I'm just not, decline. Let's just go in. So we're forced to block that, and then... Are they still dead here? Oh, that was lethal. That was lethal. Alright, awesome. Alright, so here we are for our second game here, and ooh boy. I'm really liking this hand. It's kind of the nuts, right? We've got Epicure and the Oni-Cult Anvil. It's kind of all we ever really want, right? And we've even got Deadly Dispute to follow that up, which is really nice. Alright, so, I think I'm going to lead off on just attacking here. See if I can get him to panic. I think I'll just play the Anvil. If they have Jawari Disruption, like, good for you. Alright. Whatever. Okay. Because now I can just get to attacking again. They don't even have a second... This was their land drop. Interesting. Do I want to Deadly Dispute and sack the... sack this, or do I want to sack the artifact? Honestly, I think I'm actually sacking the Epicure, as weird as that is, right? You gotta understand that, like, you really do value the artifacts in this deck. The artifacts are like more important than like anything in the world. Because like, look how much we're getting. We're gonna get back, like our 1/1 here, and we still have our treasure and everything. It's so valuable. I think I'm just gonna play this and pass. And our opponent's still stuck on 2 lands. They might have a land drop here. All right, they do. They have to pay 3 for it. Ouch. Ouchie, ouch. And they've got March here to get rid of our Anvil, which is fine. It's actually even more fine because now we get to put on pressure with Den of the Bugbear. Just go ham. And we definitely, especially want to do this to, you know, kind of get them while they're stumbling. They're stumbling on land drops here. They're, you know, not really doing much. They've cast, you know, 2 spells. So. And they have another tap lane here. Man, this is just not our opponent's day. I think I'm going to play this swamp here and now activate our den just so that we can Deadly Dispute if we really need to. I assume this is a Fateful Absence. So now we can Deadly Dispute and sack our own Den of the Bugbear, kind of spicy. And there we go. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm going to wait on these, especially this, so that we can play as much off of this as we can. And also, again, we're in no rush. Our opponent, you know, is barely getting going here. So, all right. So I think first off is going to be the Synthesizer. Just going to enter. It's going to exile the top card. Not as appealing, but whatever. We'll play it on red. And what the heck? We'll do it again. Do it again. Nice. The Anvil's really good. Oh man, I already played my lands. All right, whatever. I assume this is gonna get countered. No. Ooh, interesting. All right, so we'll go to combat. We'll do... Oh, they have the Wanderer? Oh, but we can't, they target this. Oh, they're making a 1-1, or a 2-2, okay. Do I want to do this? I think I do, actually. This is only an artifact, yeah. I guess, yeah. I might as well do this. So, oh, and I still get the Oni-Cult, okay. Triggers, that's actually kind of nice. And this is, okay. This is instant speed. So this is already triggered. So there's no point in sacking anything now. Again, I can activate this at any point. We already got the trigger during our turn for the first part. Doom Scar. All right, so now we have no choice but to sack Artifact and deal some damage here. But now it's kind of nice, awkward where our opponent can't gain life with the Wanderer. And we have this Menace threat here. I kind of want to just check them for a removal spell. I mean, it's whatever. Yeah. This is a spot where you make them have it. I made them have it, and they didn't. So, cool. All right. This hand's a little awkward because we're on the draw here, and we also don't really have any other artifacts for our Oni-Cult Anvil, but I'm gonna try and keep it. That's a nice draw. Okay. Once again, I think we're just going attacking here. So now the question becomes, yeah, once again, I think I just jammed the Anvil. Still playing into Disruption, but it would be a lot worse if our Deadly Dispute got disruption as opposed to, you know, this, where like here we would sack our Voldaren and then, you know, we would get nothing. We wouldn't even get to draw 2 cards. So yeah, not great. We wouldn't even get the treasure either. Like, so not good. Kaito with nothing on board. Not really where you want to be. Yeah, because like we can also like Voltaic Surge that. I think number 1 is doing this. Number 2 is Deadly Dispute sacking this. Yeah. And that gives us this and allows us to Voltage Surge if we really want to. Do I want to? I think I do. I think I want to, like, you know, play around counter spells, and also just, you know, not have to worry about it. And it's not really like I'm doing anything. Portable Hold. Assume on the Anvil. All right, and we don't really want to sack our treasure or anything, so we'll just let that go. Still get to loot here, since they did not attack. All right. So we do want to enter this Kaido as soon as possible, which it looks like we'll get to do pretty easily, since now we can just play this. Honestly, I don't think I'm even playing any of these. I think I am going to combat and just send in it. Okay, that's fine because we forced them to use this Vanishing Burst on our 1/1. We'll do this and then we'll Voltage Surge. Submit 0, and so treasure. I think I'm just doing the anvil here, yeah, and sacking this. Actually, wait a sec. I can do this. I can do both. It's actually really cool. That's actually insane value right there. And I don't really want to do this. Oh, I like that it grayed out. See that it grayed out while it was activated. It had already been activated to tell us like, hey, this isn't gonna trigger again. Alright, so they're making another ninja. And Kaido gets exiled. So what are we doing here? I could do this. I think my plan here is to synthesizer first. See what we get off the top. Get an Epicure here. Could play these I think I'm just playing the Smelter here and getting sacking, right? Oh no, I guess I want to get the value of this. I should have yeah, just done that. Let's That's fine. That's doing nothing. Little bit of a missequencing there, but it'll be okay. Just activate this, getting rid of a blood. It's funny because I have two different blood tokens, like of arts, because I have a. What was that? Oh, that was the smelter. That's fine. It's kind of an interesting play from our opponent here. Yeah, they're just kind of getting in for one, and this is a bot. These plays don't really make sense, or like they're logical, but they're not really impactful, I guess. You know, like look at my board, look at their board. You know, they've used two vanishing verses, you know, on useless creatures that didn't really do anything. But also, I think our deck is just designed to be really good against this style of deck of, you know, one-for-one removal and just, you know, trying to, you know, use, you know, some other cards to get values. We can attack down the Kaidos and everything, and, you know, again, we can sack stuff in response to Vanishing Verse. So, yeah, deck's looking really good. Very, very, very synergistical, but also very powerful, right? Sorin. Sorin is interesting. That's. Are we gonna activate this card? No, we're not. Because I was realizing I thought I could activate and kill this, but I cannot. So what are we doing here? I think I am just gonna anvil this and see what we get. Another anvil. I mean, yeah. So, I think I'm just going at him. I think I'm going full attack here. And if they block, I guess they'll block the Epicure here, but if they block one of these, then I sack it. I actually should have not attacked with this to give them an easy block, because this is the right block here, because if they block one of these, I can, before damage, sack it to the Oni-Cults. Yeah. Again, a little bit of a misplay here. Again, it's not the worst in the world. They go to 3 here, and I can even get another one. Honestly, I don't even need this blood, do I? I don't need this blood token. Yeah. And actually, they have to attack me with this, because next turn I can just activate these twice. And I win the game. They could also remove it with Portable Hole, but yeah. All right, so they do that. They could have a Wrath here I could have like Meathook Massacre for 2, and that would be really bad for me. Right? Because then I'm left with no artifacts. Or no. Can it sack itself? I think it can. Yeah, that's what I thought was coming, although that's not the worst. So you get another vampire here.
I bring my own army.
Interesting. I think I'm gonna play Sorin here, and what am I doing with this?
Out of my
I think I'm actually gonna uptick. Yeah. Yep. Let's just play that. Okay then. So what do? I guess they attack and then they draw a card thanks to Kaido. Yeah. So like, our opponent had a good play. They're low on life, but we're at such a high life total. We just have to worry about not getting outvalued here, which Kaido is a problem in that regard. Okay. Alright, I think I'm just gonna uptick again. More lands.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
I guess I just grab back the Voldaren. The Epicure, yeah. Might as well, right? Please don't have a counterspell. No counterspell, please. It is possible since they have, you know, all these blue mana up. I guess now I use this one to sack this one. Oh, and since I get 2 still, that's really interesting. Do I want to use this? I think the answer is no at the moment. It's like now I'm in a much better position where, you know, they attack my Sorin, they get a card, but unless they can deal with all of my stuff here, I should be able to generate a good amount of board presence. Baleful Banker, or sorry, Bank Buster, excuse me. What is Baleful Banker? Is that a card? That's a card I'm thinking of or something? They both have bank in the word, right? Alright, we're just going to draw more cards with Sorin. So you see how good Sorin is in this deck. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. I think we do this. Cast the Anvil. And we go to combat. Auto pay. Back this blood token. And I kind of have to, you know, respond and stuff here. So we'll go right at their life total. We're going for damage here. That's okay. And these have already triggered, so yeah, that's fine. We'll just play a Den of the Bugbear and pass. Yeah, they draw some cards. They're gonna draw so many cards. Yeah. Alright, so once again, they go after Sorin here. Oh no, they go after me? Interesting. Why are they going after me? I don't understand that. There's a banker. Okay. More cards. What are they looking for? Whatever it was, they didn't find it. Alright, so that was a really, yeah, could have been a much closer game. I'm not sure, you know, what the opponent's hand was like and in what order, but I think our opponent's deck was good. Maybe just was not playing the matchup right. I think their uses of Vanishing Verse was, I guess Vanishing Verse could never really answer the Oni-Cult or anything. Maybe they should have saved something for Sorin. I definitely think Vanishing Versing the Epicure and then me playing the Sorin was weird, but anyways. All right, here for our last match here, and oh boy, do we have a doozy here. We've got a real nice set of cards here. I think we're going to lead off on Pathway on red, just in case I need to play a Voltage Surge. Okay, it's fine. That's okay with me. We'll play the Harvester, I think. Okay, so the next creature spell enters with a +1/+1 counter. And then they are going to get a 2/2. It says if damage this turn, if a creature dealt damage would die. Okay. Alright, so they get that. They can have haste. I think I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm actually okay with this. I'm actually just going to trade these off, right? Because, they can play like another one. Another one of those. Alright, let's do... This is tempting, but I think I just need to play the Anvil here and get rolling. Get rolling on Value Train. So we don't have Voltage Surge up now, but we can like play... I'm looking to find another red source so that I can like do Synthesizer plus, Surge if I really want to. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna not block and take 4. And honestly, if I can draw land, I can just Meathook Massacre. Meathook Massacre for 2. Yikes. All right, and there you go. That's the deck. This is Rakdos Artifacts. I'm calling it Rakdos Anvil because, as you saw, the deck really is designed to work with Anvil on the battlefield. It still, is good without it. We saw some games where we just, played our Harvesters, played Smelter, played some artifacts, and did some attacking. But really, the game is about Anvil and using it to the fullest extent that it can, and it's so powerful, as we saw there. Getting to do damage when we need to do damage. The life gain is not irrelevant, right? And then getting to trigger things like Synthesizer pretty easily. Kind of again, it kind of acts as a light up the stage in this deck, just giving us so much card advantage. Smelter was really impressive. I did not realize that the tokens stay around, and so your opponent is put into a very tough scenario of they either take 3 damage or they probably have to trade something off. Trading off a vampire token, as we saw in some games, or trading off some creatures. So this card can do quite a bit of work. And again, as we see, like working with Anvil, even better. Synthesizer seems really strong. Just, again, as I said, to light up the stage, just giving you extra cards. We even activated it a few times. Just getting the 2/2, which, it was a little expensive, but I felt like I was getting the right amount of value for, the cost. Harvester's really good, although I really don't think you want to be activating this as much. I'm kind of using it for the body, but it's there in a pinch. Also, the deck really doesn't make that much blood tokens. You have Blood Fountain, Epicure, and Harvester, but besides that, you really aren't making too much blood tokens. Otherwise, you're probably just winning the game anyways. But yeah, I think you're kind of just using this as a second Epicure to and it has a better body. This is a much better attacker than Epicure, obviously. So that's kind of why I suggest, trying to keep this body around as long as you can. Meathook Massacre. Oh my god. I think this is my first time playing with the card. I've seen it do work. I've played against it a ton, but I really haven't played too much with it. And it's always astounding You know, playing it against that unfortunate mono red player. I thought their deck was sweet, but unfortunately, yeah, got. Um, Sorin here was really powerful, you know, with any kind of Bob, you know, sorry, Dark Confidant effect. You know, the better or your cheaper your deck is, the better this card becomes. A lot of times, you know, you kind of needed to play the vampire, or sorry, play it, make the vampire, and then attack with the vampire and have it survive in order for you to feel comfortable drawing cards off of this card. But you know, here, you know, we ticked it up. I think in the matchup that I played it, you know, we played it and did nothing but tick up, and did nothing but draw cards off. You know, hitting some lands, hitting I think you know, a synthesizer or something like that. You know, had no qualms about just get all the cards. You know, this is essentially you know, siege outpost or outpost siege. You know, that just got us extra cards every turn. Yeah, I mean, Deadly Dispute we know is good. You know, all the other cards that you know we see here, you know, have been seen play for a while. So you know, I don't need to talk about the mainlands or anything like that. But I think you know the cohesion of this deck, you know, combining things like Meathook Massacre with the Oni-Cult Anvil feels so good. You know, I wouldn't suggest running more of these, even though it's a really powerful card. Again, the deck draws so many cards, and you really don't want to see multiples of these because you really do care about the critical mass of artifacts, and seeing those artifacts as much as possible. That's why we played Voldaren Epicure and Harvester, because you know we want you know to be active. We want to be proactive in playing artifacts, or sorry, playing creatures, but we also want to be putting artifacts onto the battlefield. So those cards are the real key cards to the deck, and I just saw that those were the cards that we're looking for in my opening hands, in addition to Oni-Cult Anvil, to really let me know that it was going to be a good good starting hand. All right, that is gonna do it for me. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about the deck. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the deck? Do you guys think this is a sweet deck? You guys gonna test this out? I hope you guys do, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, and let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. And I will see you guys for the next video.